What is going on, everybody? It is the Sunny D coming back at you with my first ever honest review slash outlook of a game that I am doing on this channel. It is going to be a series. We're going to do multiple other games, but first we're going to kick it off with Phasmophobia. Now, we all know that Phasmophobia is a ghost hunting game. The objective of the game is to survive first, and then second, find out what type of ghost you're dealing with by using the equipment given to you or that you buy in order to progress through the game. Now, overall, I believe that Phasmophobia is a very solid game. The gameplay is pretty good. There are some flaws which we will get into, but overall, I think it's very entertaining. It's great to play with friends, and even if you don't play with friends, the game itself can still be very entertaining even by yourself, which is why I think it's personally a very good game. However, there are some flaws that we need to discuss. To start it off, let's talk about the bugs and glitches that are in the game. Now, let's be realistic first here, guys. We can't expect much. It's an indie game company. The game is very popular right now, and there are bound to be bugs and glitches, even in any good video game. So hopefully they keep updating the game like they have been and getting rid of them. For example, we had a game earlier this week that me and my buddies were playing in, where I was in the house being hunted by the ghost. I was hiding like I should be doing, and my buddy was sitting outside on the porch, and the ghost, for whatever reason, popped through the wall and killed him while he was outside of the house. Now, this isn't a big deal, but if you're playing on professional and you have no insurance and you die and you brought all this high-tech equipment, expensive equipment, and you don't have the money to pay for it, then that's a problem. And let's be real, if you can't afford to buy the better equipment, then it's going to be harder to play on the harder difficulties. Another issue that I personally have with the game is I feel like there is a lack of maps. And I don't mean that like there isn't a lot of maps you can play, because there's definitely a good amount of selection that you can play, especially coming from an indie game. But the fact that all the maps look similar, if not exactly the same, different layouts maybe, it's just I want more, and I'm hoping that we get more in future updates. Another issue I have with the game is I don't know if this just happens to me and my friends, but it always seems like no matter what type of ghost it is, there's a very few select rooms that the ghost will be in each building. And so as soon as the game starts, we're like, okay, let's gather our stuff, let's go search this one area, and we always find the ghost there. I just want them to be able to move around more, maybe be able to spawn in different rooms in the house, because I feel like a lot of the rooms are just wasted space in the house. And then my last but final issue that I have with the game overall is, I don't know if anyone ever has experienced this except for us, but we'll take photos, we'll take anything with a camera, and the cameras are just really glitchy for some reason. And I know this goes back to the glitchy category, but they really need to focus on a future update that fixes the glitchiness of the cameras, because it just makes it so hard to get challenges done and get extra cash when half the time you take a photo of something, or a photo turns out different than what it looked like on your screen, and you guys do not get the cash that you deserve for taking that photo. Let's get to the good things that are in Phasmophobia. For starters, the game is exciting. It's really fun to play, especially if you're playing with friends, because you never know what's going to happen. It's hilarious to hear your friends' reactions when either the ghost scares them, jumps in front of them, is chasing them down. It creates funny moments, and it's very entertaining for you and your friends together. Another good thing about the game is I feel like it is replayable, even with what I feel is a lack of maps and with the lack of ghost spawn locations. I feel like the game is very replayable, it is very enjoyable, and you never know what's going to happen, so it's always worth just to keep playing, and they're always updating it, so the game can only get better. Another thing that I think makes this game really good is the fact that it lives up to its genre. It's a horror, scary game that will make you get jump scares, even when you're not expecting it. It's creepy, it fills what it needs to do for what type of genre game it is. Now, looking at the future of the game, this is what I would like to see personally, and I would like you to comment down below if you guys have any other suggestions for the game. But first I want to start off new maps. Now, I think in a big new update, what they should do is they should come out with 4 new maps. 1 large, 1 medium, and 2 small. Now, I have to credit AJ Armedo on this one, where his idea was for the new maps is having old historic type houses that are scary, haunting, give you that creep feel that we really don't get with these modern houses. You get with prison and the high school, but you don't really, and even the farmhouses, but you don't really get them with the modern style houses, let's be honest, guys. So let's see some creepy old school houses that are historic. And for me, my suggestions for a large map would be either a haunted hospital or possibly even like a military base. I think those would be really cool, really unique, and really different, and would create such a chilling atmosphere for the game. Another thing that I'd personally like to see in the game would be a harder difficulty. Now, I know professional itself is very difficult. The ghost can attack you immediately, and it's hard to do stuff, but I think they can increase this even more. I think they could do a demonic type difficulty or just a difficulty harder than professional, where the ghost can go all over the place. He attacks you whenever he wants. There's nothing you can do. You don't even have to trigger it. It'll just go off. And I think it would be more exciting. They could even make it where the difficulty comes from finding clues. You know, you can find clues right away, other than maybe fingerprints if the ghost is not interacting with you. But if you're in the room and you have the ghost book, you have the thermometer, you have your EMF reader, you can usually find clues very quick. Now, demonic could take advantage of this by slowing down the gameplay, making you have to really wait and look for the clues. And the last thing that I think the game could really look forward to adding is either 3, 4, however many new ghost types. Now, I personally don't know that much about ghosts other than the ghosts that are in the game, but even if they have to make up names, whatever they have to do, I think they could add 3 more ghosts, as well as either a new type of equipment or a new type of thing that you can search for in Ghosts, which they could apply to these new ghosts, which would make the game more exciting, give you more things to buy, more things to look for, and I think it would overall increase the amount of playability the game would have. Anyways, guys, this was just my quick review of the game and my honest opinion of the game, what I hope to see in the future. I hope that you guys enjoyed, and I want you guys to comment down below what you guys would like to see, what you guys think about the game. Do you guys like the game? Do you hate it? Personally, overall, I really do enjoy Phasmophobia. It's fun to play. I think it's a really well-made game, especially coming from an indie company. If I had to rate the game on a scale, I would say it has to be, for me, between an 8, possibly a 9, somewhere in between there. Overall, I really enjoy the game, and I'm looking forward to the new updates that the game brings us. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. Please comment down below if you have any suggestions for the game that I did not bring up personally. Thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed the content. This is the Sunny D signing off.